Coming up today on The Link, Manufacturing Day at the CEC, and Ginger Queener with the Coweta Community Foundation. Welcome to The Link. I'm Gina Lee, sitting in for Lana Mobley.
And I'm Mark Whitlock. Gina, welcome back to The Link. It's good to have you here.
Thank you. I enjoyed last week. It's quite the operation since Danny and I were doing this several years ago. I'm really impressed with the students and just what a great job they do. It's a really great program that we have here.
They do terrific work. You know, they're finding out today that some of them won recognition in Southeastern High School Student Production Awards given by the Emmy organization.
Wow.
So they're finding out about that today.
That is
It's an
wonderful.
exciting day.
We're going to have to talk about that next week and find out all the goodies on that.
Absolutely. We will. You got a great interview coming up with Ginger Queener.
Yes, she's with the Coweta Community Foundation, and they do some amazing philanthropic work with many different organizations, and I love that it all stays in the county. Yeah. It benefits Coweta. And they have an event coming up. It's a first annual, it's a clay sport and a Southern supper. Ah. Yes.
Sounds great.
Sounds yummy.
You know, they're raising more and more money, and they're giving more and more money to organizations in the community. This is another step they're taking to increase the amount of support they can provide.
Yes, and they've helped so many different organizations, and Ginger's going to talk to us about that and sort of let our viewers know what they do exactly, how they do it, and again, it stays in Coweta, and it's a great thing, so we see the benefits right away.
You bet. I've got some interviews with various people in our community talking about manufacturing in Coweta County. Recently, we held an event to help teachers and business leaders in manufacturing get closer together to understand what each other does, so that teachers can take back into their classrooms insights about the great manufacturing opportunities in Coweta County. We also talked about an apprenticeship program, the first German apprenticeship program available for high school students. First time that's been done in America. We're going to do it in Coweta County.
Wow, that is impressive.
And we're going to start in the fall.
That is awesome.
There's lots coming up on The Link. We hope you all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Wednesdays.
Now that we're here all together,
A Wahlberg family feud.
we can finally put you on the spot.
Will be settled once and for all.
Who really is your favorite kid?
Why are you doing this to me?
You gotta fess up right now.
We talk every morning.
Come on.
Speed dial.
We know who's the favorite. The baby's always the favorite.
Why?
Wahlburgers, all new, Wednesdays at 9 on A&E.
Welcome back to The Link. We are delighted to welcome to the set of The Link David Keller from EGO North America and Larry Alford from Georgia Tech's Manufacturing Extension Partnership. Larry, the Coweta County German Apprenticeship Program is about to kick off. And we've been working long and hard on this. Can you talk a little bit about the role that Georgia Tech has played as a collaborator, getting together this lean consortium of companies to look at and consider German apprenticeship in Coweta County?
Sure. I think let me start off by saying it's a real pleasure to be part of the team that tries to bring this forward. And I think really the secret to this has been the trust that the industry has in the CEC. 16 years of history of developing work-based learning programs and showing support through that for the students to become involved in industry. It's been a lot of fun to help bring the few that haven't known about these programs to the table. And really, you know, that's part of being the team, is getting to know each other and recognizing that I'm not here by myself. I'm actually supported with a great team of people, industry, who have like interests, like concerns, and can work together to make something like this happen.
David, you lead EGO North America, and you've been one of the catalysts for this program. You are a part of a German company.
Correct.
Give us a little bit of sense of why EGO would get involved in this. What's the context for EGO?
Well, the critical thing for EGO and all manufacturing companies is getting skilled labor so that we can perform the role that we have in society. And that's to make the products that we all need and to provide, good jobs, good paying jobs for a great number of Americans. Contrary to popular belief, all the jobs haven't gone to China and haven't gone to Mexico. In fact, there's been a resurgence in manufacturing over the last few years. And having been at the National Manufacturing Day event with the governor earlier last week, the reality is there are a lot of critical needs for manufacturing. We're looking at as a primary point to start this program of industrial mechanic, but there are so many other programs that are available. Now in Germany, they meet that need through an apprenticeship program that's over 100 years old. So they start with kids who are 15 years of age who make a choice to either go out into industry, work on developing a career, or they can go on to a college prep type thing. But in Germany, you create a program where you train with industry, train with vocational organizations. Here, we're so fortunate to have the CEC, the support of Georgia Tech, and the synergy that you get between industry and those two organizations is making all of this possible today.
So, David, you've had a history in EGO of seeing programs like this operate. You know that it works.
Yes.
I'm going to bring to the set, I'm going to bring Steve Humphrey from our work-based learning program at Central Educational Center to the set with us. Steve, can you talk about the three key partners that will be involved in a high school student schedule if they involve themselves in this German apprenticeship system?
Yes, Mark. The three partners will be the high school part, you'll have the manufacturers that are partnering with us, and you'll have West Georgia Technical College. So the high school will provide academic classes, the work-based learning structure that kind of holds all the pieces together, tracks the student through that, and guides them on that path. West Georgia Technical College will interface with the student to provide academic classes, a few of those to head towards their associate's degree or a diploma or certificate program, but they'll mainly provide support for the manufacturer's apprenticeship program through their technical college classes. They'll kind of match those up with what the students are learning along through their apprenticeship so that they're getting skills from both sides. The manufacturers will provide the focus for the students to learn actually on the job. They won't start out being involved in any of the manufacturing processes. They'll simply be apprentices learning how to become an industrial mechanic. They will be working in a paid job with the manufacturer, earning high school credit through work-based learning, and they'll be getting a progressive wage scale throughout that.
Steve, as you look at this program, and you've looked at many programs for work-based learning students, it appears to me that this opens many more options for a high school student rather than closing off options. Could you speak to that?
Yes, it does. Initially, people were concerned, well, you're going to have an apprenticeship program. What's that going to do to high school graduation? What's that going to do to the opportunities afterwards? So the German apprenticeship program that we've set up allows the student to be in high school, to be in college, and to be getting trained for a specific job in industry, and allows them to be eligible for Hope Scholarship after they finish the program. So it does not take away any of the options that a student would normally have going through a typical high school program.
David Keller, industrial mechanic. This is a critical role for industry today. You've been one who's talked with our community about the need for more highly skilled folks for advanced manufacturing. You use a lot of automation. What does an industrial mechanic do at EGO?
Well, if you think about it, and you've used this example before, Stephen has, you have in the automotive industry or, just your car, you have auto mechanics. Well, every factory has equipment that is in some degree or another automated in order to run the manufacturing processes. For us, we have a great number of production lines involved with pneumatics, hydraulics, electrical systems, et cetera. And the reality is, we search high and low to find skilled labor out there that have experience, but more importantly, a baseline training. They don't exist. We have kids that graduate from high school, they want to go on to a 4-year degree. They don't see manufacturing as a great career path, but it can really be a very positive thing for many, many people. So every factory in the United States needs a good industrial mechanic. Then they also may need electricians and machinists and other careers that support manufacturing. But the collective consortium of companies here selected this starting point for this. And that's not to say this is where we want to end. This is the first step on what we consider a very long journey to not only do this career, but there are 350 careers already established through an apprenticeship program in Germany. And you can think of the vast number of opportunities in beyond manufacturing, the healthcare, the automotive, the automobile dealers in town that can't find mechanics, et cetera. So this is a starting point on what is a generational change for our educational system.
David, you've made the point that this is a starting point, but it's a starting point first in manufacturing.
Yeah.
Larry Alford, you and Georgia Tech have been coaching and helping and listening to manufacturers for a long, long time. As we wrap up this segment, what does manufacturing need? Why is this program so critical? Why is Georgia Tech involved?
Well, when we talk to companies and ask them what are their limiting factors, what's keeping them from being able to grow and to be as productive as they'd like to be, workforce is one of the first things they want to talk about. The inability they have to find people to replace those who are leaving the workplace for retirement. And without that, simply you can't grow. Or you have to try to automate everything, and that's pretty hard to do too. So really what we need is a full court press by education and industry and government to say this is a great need. And it meets every need, not just the companies, but the students and their career paths that they are looking for. Manufacturing offers tremendous opportunity, and manufacturing is here to stay. It is the linchpin to a great and growing economy, and the workforce is one of the biggest opportunities we have to distinguish the United States as a great manufacturing center.
We hear that manufacturing is one of the reasons that salary levels in Coweta County continue to grow because we're growing manufacturing. David Keller, EGO North America, Larry Alford, Georgia Tech, Dr. Steve Humphrey, Central Educational Center, thanks for being with us today on The Link. You stay tuned. The Link will be right back.
Flea Market Flip is back.
It's like a treasure hunt, it's a history lesson, it's a bargain.
I think these are perfect.
It's just so fun and gratifying to see these old pieces get a second chance.
It's a 1930s foundry mold. It was made to spin belts.
I'm seeing coffee table with big piece of glass.
The winner, $5,000. That's a lot of money at a flea market. What I could do with $5,000.
We don't play, we win.
Flea Market Flip, Sunday at 8/7 Central on Great American Country.
Welcome back to The Link. We are delighted to welcome to the set of The Link Amanda Fields, existing industry manager, Coweta County Development Authority, and Larry Alford, who represents Georgia Tech's Manufacturing Extension Partnership in this part of Metro Atlanta. Amanda, Larry, welcome to The Link.
Thank you.
Wanted to have you on The Link today because we're here with a very special group today at Central Educational Center. Amanda, this is Manufacturing Appreciation Time, recently week in the state of Georgia. The Development Authority has been involved in putting this event together. Why does the Development Authority get involved with putting together a recognition for manufacturers that ties in educators? Why do you do that?
We find that it's important for our manufacturers and our educators to work together because we are trying to deal with the misperception that manufacturing jobs are dirty and that they are low paying and unskilled. That is not our manufacturers of today. And so we've decided that the best way we can do that is to get everybody together and have an event twice a year where we bring everybody into the room and have facilitators where they are just able to talk about the misconceptions that they have as educators and how we need the skilled workforce of tomorrow. The teachers are teaching those people right now, so we need them to understand that they may have a student that's not going to go to a four-year college, but they are still able to have a great career, and we want to introduce those to those teachers.
Amanda, we've heard from educators and from business leaders who've been involved with this that we gain a lot out of this. We learned that manufacturing is different today. It's a great opportunity for a career today. The Development Authority has been on point to help us understand that salaries in this community are going up as we increase manufacturing. That seems to be a key role the Development Authority is playing, helping us all understand the value of manufacturing.
Absolutely, and we want people to understand that you can have a viable career and take care of yourself and support a family with a manufacturing job. These are skilled positions that we don't have very much unskilled labor in these manufacturers anymore. We have no minimum wage jobs in this county, and we just need people to understand that they can still have a very successful life and career in a skilled position in one of our manufacturing facilities.
Larry Alford, Georgia Tech is on point to help manufacturers around our state as they move forward into the next stage of manufacturing. So much of what we see in manufacturing today is advanced manufacturing. Right. These are not the jobs that left for China. Can you speak to that?
Well, I think you said it right, that their jobs are different. Much more automation, but even more than automation, much more responsibility given to the workforce to be part of actually improving the operation. So in times past, when people looked at employees as the old textile term was hands, now they bring their brain to work, and they're expected to not only identify problems, but be part of resolving them. And it's a much higher investment in their skill and ability and them working as a team to move the company forward.
Larry, you and the Development Authority have worked together with a number of other stakeholders in Coweta County. You've brought a model from Georgia Tech that can help take this idea of getting manufacturers and teachers together, can take it to a different level. The GIFT program at Georgia Tech has become the SIFT program in Coweta County. Could you speak to that?
Sure. Well, it's an opportunity for teachers to have a time, an extended time, in manufacturers or in other industry to experience more about the culture, to experience more about the needs, and to actually, in many cases, do a project that they can come back and report on, not only report on, but then they can adapt to their class and actually help the students understand their experience. And that really drives home this question of need, the one that when Amanda and I go out to industry, we hear the need constantly about workforce and the inability that companies have to find quality talent. Well, the teachers are able to give life to the understanding that what kind of jobs are available and answer that rhetorical question, will I ever use any of this algebra that I'm learning? Well, they can put context to that. They can show in real life how what they're teaching is important and necessary in their future careers.
The Coweta Industrial Fellowship for Teachers is an opportunity for teachers to spend time in industry during the summer, to learn more about that industry, and to perhaps develop a project in that industry, something they can take back into the classroom. Amanda Fields, the Development Authority has been all about that, the practical aspect of getting educators to learn manufacturing so they can take it back into the classroom. Can you speak to the Development Authority's role in putting together a group of stakeholders to make that happen? Who all's involved in these manufacturing appreciation events?
We have a great group of people. We have Larry from Georgia Tech. We have West Georgia Technical College. We have the school system. We have TheLink. We have such great partners, Coweta Fayette EMC, J. Smith Lanier. They've all helped put this together so that we can give our teachers and our manufacturers a great event and a great time that they can come together.
Great. Larry, as we wrap this up, Georgia Tech is helping us with this German apprenticeship program in Coweta County. What do you see as the future for this? You've been on a segment recently with David Keller and Steve Humphrey. Where are we going with this, and what is its importance to manufacturing?
Yeah, well, I think Coweta County is showing the way, and that is a partnership between industry and education, aligned at the hip to recognize that it takes all of these partners to make a difference for the workforce for tomorrow. And when we think about this apprenticeship launch, You know, it's the first one in the nation. It's where we're going to prove how this system can work, and then it's going to grow. And that, to me, is what's most important and most encouraging, is all the lessons we're going to learn in year one are going to benefit not only Coweta County, but the entire state of Georgia as they emulate and expand the program. It's going to make a difference for the next generation.
So, Larry, once again, Coweta County helps lead the way.
Absolutely.
Amanda Fields, Coweta County Development Authority, Larry Alford, Georgia Tech, thanks for being with us on The Link. You stay tuned. The Link will be right back.
An INSP original series.
For those who gave their all.
Man down! Man down! I repeat, man down!
I think about him every day.
One man dedicates his gifts.
I was gonna lay you down, man.
To get to know them.
He jumped on the helicopter because it was his friends that needed backup.
And create a portrait to bring healing.
Brian came home.
For the families they left behind.
Let's pay tribute to an American hero.
Brush of Honor, a new original series narrated by Gary Sinise, premiering May 21st at 9 Eastern on INSP.
Welcome back to The Link. Well, I have in the studio with me Miss Ginger Queener with the Coweta Community Foundation. Welcome to The Link.
Thank you.
Y'all are an amazing organization dedicated to Coweta County, and you have an awesome event coming up that I want to talk about. But first, I would just like for you to let the viewers know what exactly the Coweta Community Foundation is and what y'all do.
Well, we are the local philanthropic arm for individuals, corporations, families to be able to leave bequests or donate outright money to the foundation so that we can deploy that money through a grant cycle on an annual basis back to the nonprofit agencies of Coweta County that serve our community citizens.
And y'all have helped a great number of organizations over the years. Could you tell us just a handful?
It has been estimated that we've, over the last nearly 20 years, that we have deployed over $500,000 back into the community. Wow. But most recently, we deployed in January through our grants process $26,500 back to 10 nonprofit agencies and 3 local educators here in the community.
Wow, that's wonderful. Well, y'all have your first annual, I'm going to read it off my paper because it's a mouthful, Saturday Down South Sporting Clay and Supper.
Southern Supper.
Southern Supper. And it sounds really delicious, and it sounds like a lot of fun. So tell us, that's going to be out at Blaylock Lakes?
That's correct. It is the first annual. It is brought to us by the Cancer Treatment Centers, and Blaylock Lakes is hosting it for us. But it is going to be a wonderful day that starts at 12:30 with sporting clays and lunch. And then once they come off the course, they will come into what's going to start off to be cocktails and then dinner after that with awards for those who participated in the sporting clays event. We're going to have live music and a silent auction.
Fun. And so now, if you don't do the clay shooting, there are tickets. Are there still tickets available if you just want to come and have lunch, or you just want to come and have dinner?
Absolutely. You can just come have lunch and watch the sporting clays, but you can also just come and have dinner with us. We've got a great dinner planned of steaks and chicken and dinner or dancing, and it's just going to be a fun evening where everybody can come out and fellowship and support the Coweta Community Foundation and the work that we're doing.
And so what about sponsorships?
We have a few sponsorships left. We also have a few teams left. Not very many, so if you want to participate, I suggest you probably do that this week. We have had many sponsorships that have come through: Southtown, UBS Financial Services, AgPro, Progressive Heating and Air, Piedmont,
wow,
Weldon Financial. We've even got a group out of Atlanta, which is ASW Distilleries, which is creating our signature cocktail for the event.
Awesome. And I heard there are peaches involved in that cocktail.
There are peaches.
Of course.
If you notice our logo, that's one of the things that's in the center of our logo, and peach is kind of our theme, our thing for the foundation.
And it's very appropriate being a supper down south. So,
It is.
well, I am excited about your event. It's going to be on May 21st. And if our viewers want tickets, they can go to the website.
CowetaFoundation.org. You
Okay.
go to our calendar, our events calendar, and you can click on reserve. I reserved today, and it's hunter casual. We just want everybody to come out and come have a great time, and it's not a formal event, but it's going to be a great event.
Okay, well, we are very grateful for the Coweta Community Foundation. I'm always amazed every time I have the opportunity to talk to people who are in our community doing philanthropic work. You know, you were talking about all the different businesses that support. We really have an amazing group of businesses that are dedicated to making our community the best that it can be, and they invest in things like the Coweta Community Foundation to make that happen.
They do. We are very fortunate here in Coweta County. We have a lot of people that support every organization that's here, and we truly believe at the foundation, which also too is very, it resonates in this community. What's raised here stays here.
Right, and we love that. Ginger, thank you so much for coming on today and talking about your event and just letting our viewers know what it is that the Coweta Community Foundation does.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.
An INSP original series.
For those who gave their all.
Man down! Man down! I repeat, man down!
I think about him every day.
One man dedicates his gifts
Promise I won't lay you down, man.
to get to know them
He jumped on the helicopter because it was his friends that needed backup.
and create a portrait to bring healing
Brian came home.
for the families they left behind.
Let's pay tribute to an American hero.
Brush of Honor, a new original series narrated by Gary Sinise, premiering May 21st at 9 Eastern on INSP.
Here's Ruby with our community calendar.
I'm Ruby Gould, and I have your community calendar for the week. Main Street Noonan will host Market Day on Saturday, May 7th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Market Day features over 50 unique vendors with a variety of one-of-a-kind gift items and seasonal items. Visit mainstreetnoonan.com for more information. The Coweta Public Library System will host Storytime for children ages 3 to 5 on Monday, May 9th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Powell Branch location on Hospital Road. Storytime includes stories, songs, and a craft activity to complement the stories. That was your community calendar for the week. Thanks for watching.
It's time for our animal of the week. Check out Rascal. He's a miniature pinscher.
Hey guys, Jeanette and Ann with the Noonan Coweta Humane Society down here at Coweta County Animal Control, showcasing this little rascal with the nickname Rascal as our pet of the week. This little guy is a miniature pinscher mix, and he is an A9, that's his kennel number, and I don't have an age on him, but I'm thinking he's at least a year old. Now we wanted to keep this harness on him and show you guys rather than covering it up with a bandana. He did come into animal control, picked up as a stray with this harness on. So it's kind of a red and it's got kind of a southwestern kind of design on it, but he definitely was somebody's pet. He's already been neutered, so we know that somebody took care of that for him. Now, he was picked up as a stray around the Corinth Road area. That doesn't mean that he lived off of Corinth Road. He could have just been close to that area. And he really needs somebody to come down and get him, folks. I mean, my goodness. Hopefully we can reunite him with Mom and Dad, but if not, then he needs to go to a new forever home. So if y'all are watching and you're interested in Little Rascal, then come on down and save this little boy, rescue him, and take him home. But we're still hopeful that Mom and Dad will find him as well. So he's down here at Animal Control just waiting for you. Back to you guys in the studio. Yeah.
Welcome back to TheLink. Gina, we had a great show this week.
It was wonderful. It was great to be back with you again.
It's good to have you here. We appreciate your work. This is bringing you back to something that you did several years ago.
I did, but it's quite different now.
Yeah.
Very professional. And again, I love what the students are doing. This is some amazing experience that they're getting.
It's an incredible experience. They do great work. They really do.
And Mr. Britt does a great job heading up the program.
Mr. Britt does a great job, and TheLink is a tremendous partner. with this?
We try.
Absolutely. New Link does more than try. You succeed. You had a great interview with Ginger Queener.
Yeah, I'm really excited about their first annual. It's like a clay shoot, and it's a supper down south kind of a deal. Just another way for them to raise some funds to help, give back in our community.
Yeah.
And your Manufacturing Day interviews.
They were great. And we had a good time talking with people from Georgia Tech, from local business, from work-based learning at CEC, from the Coweta County Development Authority. And we talked about some things that are unique about this community. We talked about how manufacturing and education is working really hard to understand each other so that we can take real-life lessons into the classroom, even at the elementary age, so that students can understand what are the opportunities in Coweta County for them in manufacturing, which continues to raise the salary levels in Coweta County.
Which
because
is a
of its
great
growth.
thing.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing, yeah.
We have an amazing community. We have a great county. We have some wonderful leaders and great school system.
We do, we do. Speaking of which, Hats and Hooves will benefit the school system because it benefits communities and schools.
That is another amazing program that I really love because you and Lana had discussed it, several weeks ago. It really helps kids who are kind of on the fence there. It helps sort of get them to the finish line, and that's an amazing thing. And that comes back to benefit our community, and it benefits the students, and hopefully can pay it forward.
It will, it will. And the best golf tournament in this region will be featuring next week on the show.
Yes, y'all are in for a treat.
They really, really are. So we hope that you'll stay tuned for next week's show, and we hope you have a great week. Thanks for joining us on The Link.